Area objects in Revit allow us to identify the total square footage that makes up one of the spaces inside of our building. In this instance, there's actually 3 different kinds of area objects we're going to key on. One is called an area, the next one is an area boundary line, and then the third one is a tag area. The actual area objects can only get placed whenever you're in an area plan. And in this case, we're in Area Plan Rentable 01 entry level. And what this means is that the Area Plan Rentable, these purple lines are on the inside face of our walls. So we can get accurate square footage for the total rentable area that makes up our building. Now, if we want to have the total rentable area for this entire first floor, all we need to do is come underneath the Architecture tab and select on the word Area, and then select on it one more time to activate the actual area command. When we do, we'll have the area object following us around on the screen, and then if we put it inside of our building, we'll now see that this X that shows up as we move the cursor from side to side will now go pretty much covering through the entire building. Now what I'd like to do is just click right about here in order to place it in. Now when we placed it in, and I'm going to hit the escape key a couple of times, it automatically placed in what's called an area tag. And the reason why it did that is if I select on the word area right here and then pick on area again, is that right here it says that there's going to be a horizontal tag placed whenever we click to place an area. If for some reason we didn't want the tag and we deleted it by just highlighting on it and then deleting it, it may give us a warning message, but that area can still exist even if the tag is not there. If we need to place a tag again, or if we go into another view where that tag didn't exist, you can always go to the tag area, select on that, move the tag, and then whenever it's touching one of the area objects, it'll automatically give us the square footage for that specific area object. And in this case, I'm just going to click in order to place it in, hit escape a couple times on the keyboard to get out of the command, and now that area tag is in. And the third thing that is an area kind of object is the area boundary. Now technically these purple lines are area boundary lines. But let's say in this instance, we want to have the entrance itself be its own separate area. If we did, it might look a little bit difficult because right now there's no walls here binding anything in. And that's true, but what we can do is we can draw the area boundary line, select on this line tool, and actually draw in where we'd like our area to get bound to. If I hit escape a couple times on the keyboard after drawing this line going across, I'll come up here to the square footage and I'm looking at 16,958. Now I'm going to move down here, select on area, then area again, and then click, and we can see this square footage now is 439 square feet. If we wanted to specify some different information for this, we could just click in here. We couldn't change the actual square footage name, but we could always change the name of area to be something else by just clicking on the word area and then typing in something new. If we wanted to get rid of this, we could do that as well. I'll just hit escape a couple times to get out of the command. I'll start off by selecting on the area tag, clicking delete. It's saying that even though the area tag is deleted, the area is still there. Well, if we then try to select on that area object, and we probably can do this by just highlighting over the edge right up here, then selecting the tab key on the keyboard, and continuing this until the area eventually highlights like this. We can then select on it by left clicking, hit the delete key on the keyboard, and now that area will go away. Also notice the square footage here of the 16,958. If we get rid of this line now, so I selected on the line and deleted it, we can now see that this is now 17,397 as the area object expands out, takes up that extra square footage, and gives us the new proper area calculation.